Conversations with today's newsmakers from Michiana's Morning News.
On the news line is our governor and my friend, Mr. Eric Holcomb. Governor, good morning. Welcome to the show.
It is a good morning. Great to be back with you.
You know, Governor, far be it for me to criticize you, but if you could maybe get like some sort of announcement or some sort of news coming out of your camp. We really haven't heard much excitement out of the governor's office lately. Could you work on that, please?
We're working on it every day, I promise, and that's why we stay in perpetual motion, just looking for that opening.
Wow, congratulations. Huge weekend. What a thrilling weekend, a big announcement. Tell me about it.
Well, you know, for a kid that in high school first saw the movie Hoosiers, it really did have kind of a feel of Hoosiers Part 2. We went over to the Hoosier Gym in Knightstown, Indiana, to make the announcement public, and I mean it was packed to the gills. It was, I don't know, probably a fire code. We had over 1,000 people RSVP. It sure felt like they all came, and we were able to share the good news. I was able to come out of the very locker room where Gene Hackman was meeting with the team and said the prayer, and then they all took the court and made the magic happen. And I sat there and came out onto the very same floor where it was filmed and looked at the peach basket behind me hanging and looked at the folks from all 92 counties, which was a real display of statewide strength, and just kind of fed off the moment and the vibe. It was a lot like being throwing a strike there in baseball diamond for a win.
Which we will talk about. We'll talk about that here in a second, chatting with Governor Eric Holcomb. Yeah. You know, Governor, it was a great day, as you mentioned. One of the things that you said in the speech, which I thought was interesting, was when you said that this campaign may feel a little different at times to some out there. Continue that for me. Tell me what you said.
Well, you know, we have so many turnaround success stories that go right back to the individual person, people that have changed their lives, or communities that have improved the quality of place, or infrastructure projects that have been transformational for a region. And all these examples are all over the place. People who only thought that upward mobility happened to someone else, or someone who felt like they were gaining no traction in life. And then we've been able to connect them with the resources and the skills and the programs, and we have the policies to back it up, to where it's not just a state, that's become a leader known around the country and around the world, but people are now in control of their own destinies more so than I've just ever seen. And so we're going to be able to tell this Indiana story, the story of Indiana on the right track and rising, through the eyes and voices of other people. In addition to, myself and the Lieutenant Governor, Suzanne Crouch, will be, barnstorming the state. We started in Knightstown on Saturday, but then I was in Terre Haute on Sunday, and then on Monday we hit Noblesville, Greenfield, Shelbyville, Franklin. I was last night at the Clark County Fair. I was over in New Albany last night as well, and then I'll hit Leavenworth today and Evansville today, tomorrow Terre Haute, and we'll just keep work our way around the horn. The whole state was just up in your way not too long ago, and we'll be back again. And that's not just telling the story, but making sure that people know that I referenced a lady named Brittany who was in and out of prison 5 different times. She owned up to her past mistakes, got a skill, something she was passionate about, and now she literally is in control of her own destiny. Yeah. And so we're going to be telling the story through people like Brittany as this campaign unfolds. So it won't just be me and Suzanne, and that's kind of the typical campaign, but this will have a real personalized feel to people that are watching. And I think that serves 2 purposes. One, it gets the word out about these programs, but 2, it also gives people hope that might be in the same position as Brittany, that if it can happen to her, it can happen to me.
Yeah, chatting with Governor Eric Holcomb. Governor, as you travel around the state, and you do spend quite a bit of time here in Michiana, I've seen you a lot this summer, and I've loved that. Is there a better story? I know there are great stories all across the state, and the state really is. The state of the state is really good, and you've got a lot to do with that. But is there a better story than what's developing here in Michiana? Because we've got some really great things happening.
So proud. The vibe, what we talked about when I was up there last. I mean, just it gives you goosebumps when you're there and you're looking around and seeing the transformation that has occurred and the vibrancy. You can feed off of it. And by the way, success attracts success. And that is oftentimes we have such a superior state when it comes to our fiscal books. We have such a superior location and the infrastructure programs and platform to go with that, how we connect with markets around the world. It's oftentimes the last box for people to check when they're thinking about growing a business here or expanding here or moving a business from overseas to Indiana. Kind of the last box to check is, okay, so what's the quality of the place that my employees will be living and working and playing? And that's what's really occurred in that region, in your region, and it's happening across the other, around the state. But to answer your question in one word, no, there's no better story. There are other stories like it around the state of Indiana, but it is a real strong card for us to have in our hand when we're out pitching the state of Indiana, one Indiana, clicking on all cylinders. And if in your area with that location, Katie Bar, the door to the sky's the limit.
Yeah, chatting with Governor Eric Holcomb. All right, before I let you go, Governor, I'm going to bring this up because we were together at Four Winds Field for the All-Star Game a few weeks back. You were there. It was you. It was me. It was Ryan Sandberg. And I tried my best to climb inside your head, man. I was talking so much smack to you. I was like, Governor, look how far that is. Look how far that is.
Yeah,
and you had no warm-up. We marched out there, and in front of 8,000 people and a Cubs Hall of Famer, you fired a fastball strike down the middle. Where did that come from? That was unbelievable.
Felt good. Felt like Ferris Bueller. That's what it felt like. It'll be a day I'll never forget. I'll tell you that much, and I'll retell that story.
I thought, I'm going to climb inside this guy's head. I don't care if he is the governor. He's my friend. I'm going to just talk smack and try to get him to 50 cent that ball into the stands, and I couldn't make it happen,
you might have been the seeker. You might have fired me up so much that I didn't want to go home with my tail between my legs.
What a great day that was, though. I mean, that was just magical.
Beautiful.
I mean, yeah.
Beautiful night, packed house, and we walked around, the whole stadium, covered the whole territory, and to a lot of people. It's such a family, fun environment. You're right up on the field. I mean, you're just part of the action. That is a special asset to have for any community, but to have it to be a central part of the community is it's beyond cool.
Yeah, we're very lucky. Well, again, nice job. I mean, Ryan Sandberg will now be able to know that he was outthrown by the governor of the state of Indiana. So I love that. He was a little bit rusty. Not you. You were right there. He was a little rusty.
Yeah, I told him after he threw his, I said, I still have more baseball cards of you than you do of me. And he kind of laughed. He goes, yeah, I got a couple rings, too.
Governor Holcomb, thank you for your time this morning. Congratulations on the announcement. Hey, safe travels as you head around the state. Have a great rest of your summer, and we can't wait to see you and talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Governor Eric Holcomb this morning.
Michiana's Morning News with Mark McGill. Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 95.3 Michiana's News Channel.
Podcasts by Federated Media. Podcasts by Federated Media.